there's 의혼 and 납체. Second, there's 납해 or 한팔기. Third, there's 전환례. Following that is 교배례. Finally, the wedding ceremony ends with 합근례. Before the actual ceremony takes place, there are many things that needs to be done in preparation for the ceremony. First, the matchmaker or the 중매 sets the 의혼 or matchmaking by matching a man and woman to get married based on their education, social status, and family heritage. During the 의혼, the bride and groom do not meet. However, groom's parents send a letter of proposal to the bride's parents who either say yes or no to the marriage. Following the 의혼 is the 납체, also known as date setting. When the two families agree to marry their children, the groom's family prepares 사주, an agreement, which includes groom's birthday. The 사주 is then delivered to the bride's family. Based on the information contained in the 사주, a fortune teller determines the best date for the wedding. Then the groom's family also prepares ham. The ham contains three very important things. First, it contains 혼수. The 혼수 is a collection of valuables for the brides, and these little pouches are goods like rings and necklaces made of gold or silver. Second, 혼서 or marriage paper is carried in the ham. The 혼서 is wrapped in a black silk symbolizing the dedication of the wife to her husband. Third is the 채단. The 채단 is a collection of red and blue fabrics used to make clothing. The blue fabrics are wrapped with red threads, while the red fabric is wrapped with the blue threads. The two colors represent and yang. We commonly know it as an yin and yang. The blue color represents which is a dark female element. The red represents yang, the bright male element. The philosophy of and yang symbolizes the perfect union. Now the preparation is done, the actual wedding begins with 납해, or 한팔기. In this part of the ceremony, the ham is carried by the 함진아비, or 함진 carriers. The 함진아비 are usually close friends of the groom.
감사세요. 감사세요. 감사세요.
They yell 함사세요, meaning please buy ham all the way down the street to the bride's home. The bride's family will then buy the ham from them, meaning they are willing to wed their daughter to the groom. The bride's family has a small party for the group, offering them food and drinks for their efforts. The next ceremony is 전환례. As you can see, the man standing in the middle is 집사. He is chosen to host the wedding because he's the most respected person in the entire town. In this portion of the ceremony, the groom's side delivers a wild goose, or 기러기, to the bride's side of the family. Wild geese mate for life, meaning that even if one mate dies, the other one does not find a new mate. Thus, the wild goose signifies the groom's promise of undying devotion to his bride. Following the 전환례 is 교배례. This is the time when the bride and groom face each other for the first time to exchange ceremonial vows. First, the groom stands on the east side of the table, and the bride on the west side. The bride and groom face each other for the first time across the wedding table, which is called 초대상. When the 집사 makes the announcement for the bride to bow, the bride bows twice to the groom with the help of her aides.
신부 2배.
Then, when the 집사 makes another announcement, the groom bows once to the bride.
신랑 1배.
The bride bows twice because the female element is represented by even numbers. On the other hand, the groom bows once because the male element yang is represented by the odd numbers. The bow representing the promise of commitment and devotion to each other. This process is done once more. They finish by kneeling down and facing each other. The final stage of the wedding is 합근례, or the drinking ceremony. First, the groom's helper pours a drink for the groom. After he takes his drink, the bride's helper pours another drink for the bride. The bride only sips or pretends to take the drink. They do this process once more, but for the time purpose, we'll leave it out. The wedding ceremony is completed when the newlywed bow 3 times at the announcement of 집사.
신라, 신부, 삼배.
They bow once to their family, parents for raising them. Once to their ancestors for looking out for them, and once to the guests who came to bless their wedding. This is the end of the wedding ceremony. In the center of the wedding ceremony, there's a Korean wedding table that consists of many significant things. First, there are red and blue candlesticks that represent colors of and yang. And yang are also represented by 2 chickens that are wrapped in the colors of blue and red. There are bamboo and pine trees placed on the table to symbolize constancy because they never change color, and they represent everlasting love. The rice symbolizes the hope, wealth, prosperity. The rooster's crow marks a new day, and the rooster is placed on the table to represent a bright and happy future for the newlywed couple. This was a brief presentation of the traditional Korean wedding ceremony. And let us introduce our bride and the groom. Our beautiful bride, please applause for her, and her name is Esther. And our groom, Robert. They wanted to experience and learn about the Korean traditional culture, so they wanted to get on here and then have their wedding ceremony.
That's so cute.
Wish them a happy life, everyone. And I want to introduce our 집사, 정석영. Morgan, 함진아비, 김성현, 기러가번, 홍창기. And we want to thank and applause for our director for sponsoring our traditional hanbok, to our director Linda. Thank you everyone. And the last quiz that I wanted to give you guys. Do you guys remember what I said about the rice? Do you guys know what it symbolizes? The rice? Raise your hand, please. Anyone?
What does the rice symbolize?
Prosperity.
Prosperity? Yes, that's correct. You can come up and get your gift. One more? Or 2 more? Rice represents another thing. Or what did the bamboo represent? Yes, you can come. Anything else for the rice symbolizes? Because rice also symbolizes prosperity, but another thing. Oh, nice guess, but that's a very educational guess. Rich? Yes, that's correct. You can come up and get your gift.